Catastrophic injury cases are very, very difficult cases emotionally, because you have somebody who is there in front of you who has suffered a life-altering injury, and they've turned to you for help, and you are sometimes the only hope they have to have a better life, to the extent that they can have one with those injuries. So the case that comes to mind involved a young woman who was 22 years old. The circumstances that led to her injury weren't great. She was arrested on a probation violation. She'd had a DUI, and this young woman had a substance abuse problem. And when she reported to the jail, she told them that she had a heroin addiction and that she was going to go into withdrawal. And to make a long story short, the jail nursing staff essentially ignored her concerns and ultimately began an opioid protocol that, given her progressing symptoms, was inappropriate. She suffered a cardiac arrest event and her brain was deprived of oxygen for somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes before she was revived. She will spend the rest of her life in bed. Her knees, because of the contractions that went along with her brain injuries, are essentially up near her chest, like a little kid sitting in a chair reading a book kind of thing, you know. She can't really communicate verbally. She can say no. She still smile. She can use one arm, two arms, but she can't hold anything, so she needs help eating, bathing, doing all the basic functions of life. She had a little girl who's since been adopted by her sister. That woman hired a law firm that had no experience doing complex medical malpractice work, much less doing that work in a jail setting. And by the time we took over the case about 7 or 8 months ago, it was a mess. So much had been mishandled and done wrong, and we did the best we could to sort of dig it out of a ditch. And the good news is, because of our reputation and because of the work we were able to put in very short order, the experts we were able to hire, the work we did to convince the court, or at least get the court to a place where we thought we might actually win a motion to let her reopen discovery, the other side agreed to go to a mediation, and we were ultimately able to get that case resolved. Was it everything that we could have hoped for if we'd had that case from the inception? No, it wasn't. But it was the kind of result that will materially change that young woman's life. She will get some additional care every day. She will have somebody there to make sure she's turned over, because, of course, she's in a Medicaid facility. It's not a place you want to end up, not without help. So that's what we do. It's hard, but I'll leave you with one thought about that case, too, which really struck me. Was one of the first things that I did, of course, was sister, when they hired me, was I said, well, I need to go meet your sister. And they're like, really? And I said, yeah, I'm driving down to Florida. They live down in Statesboro. So I'd like to come through and meet her. I mean, I can't represent her if I've never met her. And when I got down there, the sister met me outside, and she said, we've had lawyers for 3 years and they've never asked to meet Anna. And I was just blown away by that. There's nothing special about what I did, but you can't fight for somebody if you don't know who they are, if you've never seen them. That'll never happen at this firm. Something like that would never happen.